Hey, welcome to the workout. Today we're stepping things up a little bit by adding in a kettlebell. So that's going to make it a little bit harder. We've got 7 exercises. Well, really it's 5, but because we're doing some of them with one arm then the other, it's actually 7. And we're doing it for 3 rounds. Now because we're adding in the kettlebell, that's going to make things harder. So we're going to put a minute rest in between the rounds just to make sure you can manage with that step up in difficulty. Okay, so I'm going to start this timer, which means we're kicking off in 30 seconds. So obviously make sure you've got a kettlebell, make sure you've got some water, and the first move we're going to do doesn't actually include the kettlebell yet because I just want to make sure you're all nice and warm, getting your joints ready top to bottom. So we're going to go with that lunge and twist, or that climb and twist we've done before. So into a press up position, lunge forward, twist up, come down and swap sides, okay? So off we go, lunge forward, twist up, come down. So go as far as you can with that leg, turn around and come down. So we're getting the hips warmed up, getting the shoulders warmed up, the spine warmed up, the knees warmed up, just to make sure we're about ready for these exercises that are coming up. That's 1. Okay, cool. So the first one we're going to do, including the kettlebell, we're going to go top to bottom with these. We're starting up with the shoulders. So grab your kettlebell. This one's only 6 kilos. It's the only one I've got at the minute. Hold it like this, with your hands pointing forwards or in like this. All you're going to do, squeeze that core nice and tight, push up over your head, and bring it back down. Okay, so we're going to start on the left arm first. Off we go, up and slowly down. So you might feel a bit of pressure on the back here. That's okay, you'll get used to it. You might have a bit of a bruise tomorrow, but as you do these exercises more and more, you'll get used to it. We've got 10 seconds left. Remember, keep everything nice and tight. In the core and the legs, even in this other arm. High as you can with that kettlebell. And then switch over to the other side. In the next round, if this feels quite easy, I'll show you how to make it a little bit more challenging. Obviously, one way to make it more challenging is just to get a heavier kettlebell. But if you've only got one, like I've got here, there is another way to do it. So I'm making things more wobbly, which always makes things harder. Okay, so remember, feet about shoulder width apart. Bend those knees a little bit, squeeze everything nice and tight. And when we're ready, push up and bring it back down. So you might notice I've got a little bit of a twist in my hand as I go up. That's just because I find that more comfortable than just staying at the side. Sorry, keeping my hand facing forward the whole time. I prefer to bring it down slightly so I can get a bit lower in the elbow and get a bit more movement out of it as well. Alright, cool. So next one I'm going to do, we're going to oppose that push movement by doing a pull. So this is called a gorilla row. I saw my friend Georgina doing this on Instagram once and I thought, that's a great idea. So, the way this looks, separate your feet out a bit wider, bend those knees, the kettlebell is going to hang down in front of you, and then you're going to pull up like that. But I'm going to start on the left side again. So one hand on your knee, other hand on the kettlebell, and just pull that up to your waist, just there. I'll show you from the side. So you're sticking your bum out, you're leaning forward, nice straight back, just pulling that kettlebell up to your waist. So you might see people in the gym doing a similar exercise to this. Maybe you've got your hand on a bench, or maybe you've got one leg on the bench. So this is just a way for us to do that when all we've got is the kettlebell. Okay, we'll change over, go onto the right hand side. If you want to make this even more challenging, just try and keep hold of the kettlebell the whole time, because it's going to make things harder. If you put it down in the middle, your forearms get a little rest. If you don't, those forearms are working a bit harder, so you're going to build your grip strength up. So feet a bit wider, bend over, stick your bum out, let the kettlebell hang, Other hand on your leg to support yourself. And there we go. Pull up to your waist. So again, I've got that little twist going in the kettlebell. Just 'cause I feel like it makes the movement a bit easier to go through. And it also helps to make sure you're turning and pulling back that shoulder before you pull up. Because what we don't want is a row that looks like this, with your shoulders up here. Keep them down, your chest nice and proud. Okay, that's the upper body done. We're going to move down into the core now with the Russian twist. You might have seen this before. You can do this with or without the kettlebell, it's up to you. Feet are like this, you lean back slightly, keep your hands there, twist, twist. So I need to make sure you only twist as far as your body can go. If you hold your kettlebell, I don't want that to go all the way down there because it's not doing anything. You're just moving your arms when what we're focusing on moving is this, the twist itself. Just keep that kettlebell directly in front of you. If yours is nice and shiny, like I just noticed mine is, you'll be able to see yourself in the middle of it. Okay, so we don't want sticking this down because that's not doing much. What we want is a twist in the shoulders, not on moving the arms. It's quite hard that. Okay, last one of the 7 before we have a bit more of a rest for the legs. So this is called a kettlebell squat. Hold the kettlebell with both hands. If you've got enough room, grab it fully, but I've got to stick my fingers out because my hands are too big. Just like a normal squat, chest up tall, bend your knees. If you can, try and get that kettlebell to touch the floor, keeping your back nice and straight. Okay, here we go. I find these really good if you're working on getting that squat lower, because the kettlebell helps to counterbalance your movement. Sometimes if you're doing squats without the kettlebell and you feel like you're kind of going to fall backwards, well, the kettlebell keeps you pulled forwards and helps you work out how you get lower, helps your body understand what's happening in that squat. So it doesn't have to get to the floor if you can't quite get there yet, but try and get as low as you can. Okay, we've got a minute rest. Grab yourself some water. So like I said in the last video, in case you didn't see it, I've not bothered putting my best sports stuff on. If I was going out for a run, I might do if I really wanted to be as light as I could or whatever. You don't need the newest or brand new or fancy workout clothes to do a workout. Just get whatever you've got in the cupboard that's comfortable, that's easy to move in, stick it on, get off the couch and just start moving. Okay, so first exercise we're going back into is that climb and twist. So in that push-up position, if you need to, you can start from here on your knees. If you can't quite do it from your toes, but if you can, start on the toes. Climb forward, twist around. So called it the climb and twist, because it's kind of like a mountain climber. Remember, if you haven't done it already, if you haven't started doing it, go and check out the Good Morning Get Moving workout, which is a quick bit of moving you can do in the morning just to get the juices flowing, get the blood pumping, and wake up in the morning. Only 10 minutes. It's a really good way to start the day. So, next one, we're onto that shoulder press again. So remember, it's falling down behind your hand. Separate your feet out, squeeze everything nice and tight, push up, bring it down. Now if you want to make it harder, try and hold it steady, upside down. You can see it's wobbling there. And that is quite a lot harder to try and keep stable. And if it's just not happening, then just leave it down there. Do it like we have been. Remember, only try and make it harder if what you're doing now feels easier. There's no point trying to make things harder before you're ready for them. Otherwise, you're just going to be setting yourself up to get injured, and then you're not going to be able to move at all. And that's not what we want. Cool, swap over. Remember, keep hold of it if you want the whole time to make it a little bit harder. Work those forearms, build that grip strength. Moving on now to the right shoulder. So we'll get this ready. We're starting in 10 seconds. Remember, squeeze everything nice and tight, like a monk who's about to get kicked in the balls. And then when you're ready, when the buzzer goes, okay, then we start going. Keep it all nice and tight. Push that kettlebell up to the ceiling. And you might notice when I'm doing these exercises, when I'm focusing, I'm not looking at you. I tend to look down at the floor because it just helps me stay stable, stay balanced, and stay focused. Last one. Okay, so next one, back over to the left side. Remember, we're doing that gorilla row. Working those muscles in the back now. Often when we're doing HIIT workouts, everything's really push focused because we can't do a lot of pulling without extra things. So really make the most of these today. Stick your bum out, hand on the other leg, shoulders back, chest up proud, and you're just gonna pull to your waist and go back down. Off we go, so nice and steady. Control that movement. Keep it nice and slow. The longer the muscle has to work for, the harder it has to work. You don't always need to be just plowing it out like this. As you can see there, the kettlebell's all over the place and I'll probably knock my knee out. So don't do that, just keep it steady, don't rush it. Remember, being able to do something slowly means you've got control, and that's something we want. Okay, swap sides. Remember, keep hold if you want, build that forearm strength, which always comes in handy later, especially if you're doing things in the gym and you want to start working on deadlifts and getting really heavy with things like that. Deadlifts, by the way, while I've mentioned them, you might have heard they're bad for you. They're not, but they are if you do them wrong, just like everything else. If you do deadlifts properly, the best thing you can do. But we'll talk about that another time. Okay, stick your bum out, hand on the other leg, and pull that kettlebell into your waist. Remember, roll that shoulder back, get the chest up nice and proud. We don't want you hunched over like this. When you're up tall, proud in that chest. Last 5 seconds. Okay, cool. Down into the core now for that Russian twist. Remember, the kettlebell in front of your body like this, and just twist from side to side. You're not taking it further. Keep it right in front of your chest. Yeah? If you want to make it harder, hold the arms out. Let's get on the floor. You can either hold it like this or like this, whatever's most comfortable. I'm doing it here. Lean back, start to twist, nice and slowly from side to side. It's a really funny one, this. Like I said, if you hold it out, it's gonna be a bit harder. But more so just in terms of your arms. If you hold it on here, you're gonna twist just as much. But because this is pulling me down, I'm gonna work harder to stay sitting up. So just play around with that movement. See how it feels. Whew. Okay, one more, goblet squat. Remember, holding with both hands now, feet a bit wider than they might normally be for a squat. So you got space to move, stick your bum out, drop the kettlebell down to the floor, and come back up. Okay, starting in 5 seconds, then we got 1 more minute rest, and 1 more round. Off we go. I mentioned last time, I dislocated my knee when I was younger, so sometimes this knee just gets a bit weird and I gotta fix it. That's what just happened there. If you've got things like that as well, don't worry about it, just work around it. Okay, 1 minute rest, get yourself some water. Like I was saying, just because you were injured or you are injured or you've had an injury like I have, especially on this knee, doesn't mean you can't exercise. Just means you've got to find a way to exercise despite that issue. So like that, I was doing those squats, I had to stop for a minute because basically I got a little chip of bone floating around in here and it goes in the wrong place and it really hurts. So just gonna push it back and then you just get back to normal. But sometimes when he gets really weak, I don't know why, so then I just stop all the kind of additional weight stuff I'm doing, step it back, slow things down, get back to basics. If you need to do that, just do it. As long as you keep moving, you'll keep making progress, okay? Into this climbing twist, one last time. Lunge forward with that leg, and then twist out and around as far as you can. Like I say, it's always as far as you can. If it's a squat, go as low as you can. Try and get a little bit further, because that's how you get further, but don't try and force it, because that's when you'll get hurt. Just try and push it a little bit further than you can right now. Okay, into the kettlebell. For the last time. Remember, if you want to try and make it harder, try and hold the kettlebell this way and push it up like that. Keep it all the way there. Or if you need to, keep it rested on your shoulder, on the back of your arm, and push it up from there, okay? I really should have done my hair, but it always ends up a mess anyway. Off we go last time, keeping everything nice and tight in the rest of your body. Remember, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If you're letting this be all floppy, then this isn't as tight either, so keep everything tight. And it might feel strange, but it will make that movement feel better. Shoulders burning now. Last 5 seconds, a couple more reps. Last one. Right, last one on this side. Shoulder press. Like I said, keep it all nice and tight. Starting in 15 seconds, just chill out with this for a minute. And our final round is this whole workout with 7 exercises with a couple of minute breaks. 7 exercises is 21 minutes with the extra bit of break, because it's actually only an extra 30 seconds. Takes it up to 22. You can fit 22 minutes in, no problem. And if you're already doing this workout, you know you can, because you're already doing it. And like I said in the last video, if you're not worried about putting the fancy clothes on or your special workout clothes, you can just get off the couch, in your comfies, which you're probably in anyway, and start moving. Okay, back to the left arm for that gorilla row. So remember, sticking your bum out, hand on the other leg, pull that in to your waist, and come back down. So I'll stand this way so you can see it from the side this time. Starting in about 5 seconds. You ready? In 2, 1. There we go. So bring your hand to your waist. Remember, the waist is the narrowest part of the torso before it starts to go back out towards the hips. And with this, the further forward you can lean, the more of your back you're going to get. If you're standing quite upright, you're not really doing all that much. So really lean forward. Again, as far as you can, keeping that back nice and straight, okay? Is anyone else's yoga mat as sticky as mine is? I feel like it's not. That's what you get for getting an Amazon Basics yoga mat. Hey, does the job though, doesn't it? Anyway, starting on that right hand side, in 5 seconds. Stick your bum out, get your hand on that other side. Remember, the further forward you go, the more of the back you'll get. See that shoulder moving before the arm moves. Making sure you got that shoulder retraction working properly. And I want a nice tight grip on the kettlebell. I don't want that just to be all floppy. I want a strong grip. Because remember, you gotta stay strong throughout your whole body. Whew. 2 more exercises. Russian twist next for the core. And then we just got that kettlebell squat to finish. We're nearly done. Get yourself down on the floor. Whew. Take a little breather. Starting in 15 seconds. Remember, lean back. Just play around with where you hold it. You might prefer it further out or closer in. Starting in 2, 1. Nice, steady twist, side to side. Remember, keep it controlled. Control means strong. Nice and steady, side to side. Only take the kettlebell as far as you can twist. We don't want that going to the floor, there's no need. Okay. Last one then, kettlebell squat. And we are done. Whew. You ready? Let me know, by the way, in the comments for this video how it felt using the kettlebell. Should have been a little bit harder because you've got more weight to move. Okay, ready? 2, 1, chest tall, and down. I've not mentioned this yet, but remember, we want your knees to be going out in the direction of your toes. We don't want any of this. We want those knees out all the way. We don't want them falling in. And if that's happening, think about your bum. Think about pulling those out to really strengthen up those glutes. That's going to have a massive impact on the rest of your movements as well. Okay, done. 22 minutes. That wasn't so bad, was it? Cool, so like I said, got loads of other workouts. I can't mention any of the workouts. If you want to see more of those and you haven't already, click the link in the description for this video and it'll take you to the other workouts, the whole playlist on YouTube for you to check out. I'm going to be adding more all the time. Whew. Okay, not really much more to say yet. Like I said, let me know in the comments how you found this video. Give it a like because that always helps me out. It only takes you 2 seconds, just a little tap or a little click, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one.